Hi, Carrie.
Hey, Jake.
So, what are we talking about today?
Yeah, this episode is weird and dark and kind of kinky.
Yeah, this episode, considering that it's about a mining disaster and the death of one of the main characters' brothers, is really surprisingly horny.
So horny. There's a whole lot of like, oh, you're having twins, let's fuck.
Oh, we fucked. I guess in penance we should whip each other and then fuck again.
Why the hell not? Or rather, why the fuck not? Although saying why the hell not, I'm assuming is probably like one of the nicest things you can say in the Dark Lord's world. So, whatevs.
You will flagellate me, and then I will flagellate you, and together we will suffer in exquisite ecstasy. How does that sound?
Entirely appropriate.
All right, so we're talking about The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, Chapter 8, The Burial.
Yep, there's burial. There's multiple burials. There are like 4 times the burials. So many berries.
Yes, very much true. What? I don't know. What do we say about this episode? So I feel like there are just weaknesses of the series as a whole that are going to show up everywhere, such as like super inconsistent characterization, motivations that don't make a whole lot of sense, rules that seem to change a lot. Within those bounds, I liked this episode a lot. I thought it was fun.
It was really fun. Like, I'm not, and again, like, yes, it is about the deaths of many people and the, empty caskets because of a cave-in at the mines. But yet it was maybe the ultimate what the fuck Sabrina episode.
She definitely is happy to tell Wardwell anything and everything at the drop of, well, I was going to say at a drop of a hat. That has special significance here, I suppose. And Wardwell is like happy to be like, oh, well, I mean, you totally shouldn't resurrect your boyfriend's dead brother. I mean, although it's like pretty easy, and I have a book that tells you exactly how to do it, located at this exact location in my office in the school. By the way, why she has a lot of stuff in her school office that I might not keep there.
I mean, I'm sure she's like magicking it there, like when she needs it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just sort of assuming that she's like that kind of witch because she can just like make shit. I mean, she's also a bit of a bumbling fool. So maybe she just has to have everything on hand because if she doesn't, she'll lose. I don't know. Maybe I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she's just an idiot asshole, or maybe she's an evil idiot asshole. But so is Sabrina, and I'm just like that girl. She's going to be the death of somebody.
Well, I mean, yes, I feel like the next episode, she may be the death of many people.
Oh, one can only hope.
She's treating witchcraft like a puzzle game, which I'm not mad about, but
she doesn't know the rules of the puzzle game. That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's like, when you're playing, say, an adventure game, say you're playing, Monkey Island.
Sure.
You're flailing around a lot and you're figuring shit out, but there are still parameters that you are up against.
Mm-hmm.
Sabrina's like, parameters? I don't know her.
Yes. It's, she definitely approaches it magic like a, there's nothing in the rule book that says a dog can't play basketball. Because like multiple times in this, she's like,
what? But the right didn't say.
And it's like, well, maybe not your fucking basic bitch spell book, but obviously it's in Wardwell's spell book.
You're playing with life and death and you don't even know the basics, cousin.
It's in a spell book. Why do you think there's only one?
So the problem is that there's been a mining accident caused by the Weird Sisters. Or 2 of the Weird Sisters, I should say.
Which we discover at the funeral of Harvey's brother, where the shinning comes into play.
You mean shining?
Shh! You want to get sued?
Roz picks up Tommy.
Tommy, yeah.
Ross picks up Tommy's hat, which actually, can I just take a moment and say it bothered me every time they called it a hat? It's like a mining helmet or something.
Yeah, it's a hard hat.
I guess that's a hat.
I mean, I guess mining helmet because it probably has like a light on it or something.
Yeah.
But yes, it's his hat.
It's his hat.
Which Susie was able to get by like slinking through some rocks.
It's what my Aunt Dorothea told me to do.
What does that mean?
Do you think these visions are actually Wardwell, or do you think it's actually Aunt Dorothea?
You know, I bet it's probably Aunt Dorothea. I'm sure we're going to find out that Sabrina's friends are also somehow from magical families. Maybe freaking everybody in this town is from a magical family and they don't know. But I'm assuming that it's probably real because, you know, why would one friend have it and not the other? They're both going to have it. I think the only one who's going to be normal is going to be Harvey because his family are witch hunters. And so they deserve to die, says the Weird Sisters.
So Tommy's dead. Sabrina has a resurrection spell, but in order to use it, someone else has to die. You have to trade a life for a life. Meanwhile, there's a plot of ground in the Spellman Cemetery that can be used to bring people back to life, which is how come Hilda can keep getting killed and come back.
And they say, don't use this shit on mortals.
Yes, that's for witches only. Hilda says in a line that I liked a lot that...
I know why you're asking. But bringing back the dead is by and large a no-no.
There's some wiggle room there. So what Sabrina is like is, okay, so the way that we get around these sets of restrictions is we kill a witch, bring back Tommy, bury the witch in the plot, the witch comes back, and everyone's alive and everyone's happy.
She's like, happily ever after. What could possibly go wrong?
And at the end of the episode, I was like, wow, this is like the monkey's paw. But what I missed is that earlier Ambrose says to her,
what would even give you the idea to do something like this in the first place? The monkey's paw, for Lucifer's sake.
So, you know, they're spelling it out for us. Thanks, guys. We can't follow your very complex plots.
Thank you for letting us know that reference was intentional and that you gave the attribution within the episode. It's good. So that's the idea. But Ambrose is like, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know anything about the rules of how this works. You're doing things that were not intended. This is all going to end in tears.
Or something. And I love that Sabrina just went for it. She slays Agatha. And Agatha has no idea what's going on either, which I think was kind of fun. Like, she gets to do her, like, I'm going to fucking revenge you, bitch.
Yeah.
And then she just slits her throat.
Yeah.
With Nick and the Weird Sisters. And it's a thing. But hey, it's going to be fine. She's going to put her in the pit.
Yeah. And even at that point, Dorcas, who is the other Weird Sister, doesn't really understand what's going on. It's like,
Why are we burying her here? Why not just leave her in the woods?
So she doesn't know that she's coming back.
But Prudence does know, because Prudence was told by Sabrina earlier. Sabrina's like, look, I saved your life. You're going to do this for a fucking mortal. She's not super happy.
Well, she's kind of pissed at Dorcas and Agatha for making this plan without consulting her.
But she would have gone along with it. If they had consulted her, she totally would have been for it.
Yeah. One of the things that was a little weird about this episode is how concerned everyone was about the mining disaster and Tommy in the witch community, when we have not seen any indication that really they cared about the deaths of mortals at all, other than as being an opportunity for a snack.
Shame they decided against a closed casket. We haven't had long pig for dinner in ages.
I mean, like, Zelda cries at one point. Like, what have we seen that indicates Zelda cares about Harvey at all?
Oh, she totally doesn't. Do you think she was, like, faking it? Or is there more we don't know yet? Who cares? It's Sabrina. I don't know.
We've previously suggested that maybe the writers aren't required to watch the other episodes of the show. I feel like that
would make a lot of sense. Yeah, that actually tracks pretty well. So innocent people died. Harvey was spared because Sabrina put a protection spell on him. But she didn't put don't you think she can just put a protection spell on like everybody then? Just be like, okay, this town is safe.
Yeah, I wondered that also. Really, Sabrina doesn't care about Tommy except in as much as Harvey cares about him. And nobody seems to care about the other 4 miners who died at all.
No, we don't even know their names. There was no empty casket funeral for them. Just Tommy. But then Harvey Kinkle's dad, Mr. Kinkle, is all, I think it should have been you. You should be the dead one. And Harvey's all, but my brother was supposed to go to college. Wham. Casket falls over. Hat falls out. We have some visions. The shinning. Now we know it's the Weird Sisters. Sabrina goes bonkers. Comes up with a plan. Kills some people. Resurrects some people. Hilarity ensues.
So what's that hilarity?
Well, I think for me, the hilarity was some of it was Mr. Kinkle because he was going on.
The mines are the lifeblood of Greendale. And Tommy, he loved our mines.
Okay, that was pretty great. But then the end of the episode happens. And I liked that.
So what happened?
We're all feeling pretty good, Sabrina's feeling good about things. So they did the whole ceremony out in the fucking woods. It was Nick and the Weird Sisters. And they put was it his jacket and his hat there or something?
Yeah, it was like all the clothes.
All the clothes he would need to resurrect.
I guess it was odd.
So you're not resurrecting naked. You grow into your clothes. I don't know. But they put them out there and they're like, okay, this is going to work. This is going to be great. And then Sabrina's like, hey, this isn't working. This isn't great. Oh, shit. Why?
I went back to the woods and the effigy was just lying there.
What do you mean, back to the woods? No, the soul returned to the body. Wherever that is.
Which is in a mine.
Rookie mistake.
Rookie fucking mistake because she doesn't know the rules of her goddamn game. She keeps playing this adventure game, but she doesn't know the rules. If you were trying to do this...
Click on the pumpkins so that they say the scarecrow walks at midnight. Okay. What's happening now?
Retrieve corpse. Put in pentagram. But we're not putting the corpse in the pentagram. We're just putting clothes in the pentagram. So you need the body, and then you put the clothes on it, and then it gets resurrected. But no, Sabrina. So, run to the mine. Oh, shit, he's not there. June's been busted out all over. Then what?
Then we're at the Kinkles' house.
We're just hanging out.
They're having a super depressing dinner, which I think is kind of standard.
Very, very sad.
But even more depressing than normal.
Because now it's, the table is just set for 2. People who hate each other.
Both of whom wish Harvey was dead.
Both of whom wish Harvey was dead, and one of them is Harvey. And then something is rapping on my chamber door.
Yes.
Is it Tommy?
Yes. I mean, it must be. We've read The Monkey's Paw.
Yeah, there's a slow, heavy knocking on the door. So... Sabrina, what the fuck?
So if you were having dinner with your father who you hated and you heard a slow pounding at the door, would you go to the door and then open it?
No, I would send my father.
Yeah, well, that's good. That's smart.
I would go upstairs and say, could you get that? Close the door behind me.
Maybe peep out the window or something.
Maybe peep out the window. Maybe say, who is it?
Also good. Strong choice.
All of these are options.
So what does Harvey do?
He's a dumb fuck. He just opens the door.
All them kids! I'm coming to rescue the lot of you! Ow! Ugh, I'm bad at this.
And episode ends.
Oh my God, there's such bullshit here. I love it.
So after watching this episode, I did a Google search.
Yes, you did.
And the Google search. So the search was, what is the horniest episode of The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina? It wasn't this one.
It wasn't, though. There was some horniness going on in here. There was some fucking, some flagellation.
Yes.
Some more fucking.
In the course of researching this important question, I found out that at some point during the series, Sabrina isn't dating Harvey.
Oh, good. I hope he's dead.
I mean,
maybe his brother eats him.
Yeah, we can't rule it out. So
I'm ruling it in.
This adds a level of suspense to the whole thing of like, what is going to happen in the next goddamn episode?
Fuck yeah, I'm ready for the next episode. Shit, we need to watch it.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
So I don't know. Is there anything else? Oh, I had a couple things I wanted to mention about this episode, but is there anything else you want to say about it?
Hilda is always the most logical and level-headed character, and I love her forever. The end.
I really enjoy, like, at one point, Hilda is going to her job, which she loves, and she's dressed as the Bride of Frankenstein, and it's super cute.
Super cute. I just love her.
And Zelda is sort of in this post-coital glow.
We didn't even say who she was fucking, did we?
Oh, no, we didn't.
But she's fucking the high priest himself. She's fucking Blackwell.
Blackwood.
She's fucking Blackwood. I said Blackwell because I'm confusing him with Wardwell. Wardwell wishes.
Well, after this episode, you have a handy mnemonic device for remembering it's wood.
What are you gonna get up to today?
I believe the High Priest is calling.
Would you fuck Zelda?
Yes. So Zelda is like, she's in probably a better mood than she's been in, 100 years. And Hilda is like, sort of clocks it and then is like, I'm not getting involved in this. Just kind of leaves. And it's very cute.
I also love that, Hilda's like, well, getting resurrected kind of sucks. I should know. That's my life, y'all.
Does dying hurt? All those times with Aunt Zelda, I mean.
Well, it depends on her murder weapon of choice.
Right. It was like a couple episodes ago, we were talking about how someone, I forget who, said, we have no way of knowing what happens in the afterlife. And we were kind of questioning that at the time, but I had completely forgotten that one of the main characters has died, who knows how many times. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like myriad at this point. Just like, she doesn't know how many times she's been resurrected. Zelda has no idea how many times she's killed her sister. These people.
Right. So that all happens. Zelda does some spell that results in a two-headed snail, which indicates to her that Blackwell is going to have twin sons.
Oh, he's totally not going to have twin sons, though, is he?
Yeah, I don't know. One of the things that happened in this episode is I found out that a number of my pet theories are totally wrong. So, I thought Ambrose's boyfriend Luke was a witch hunter, but apparently he goes way back with Blackwood.
Yeah, apparently. I assumed he was going to be a witch hunter too, but alas.
I guess we learned Ambrose's parents were killed by a witch hunter. Oh, this is a question. Yeah, so that's another plot thing that we didn't talk about. Ambrose, so Luke has talked.
Oh, that's right. Oh my shit! This was an episode.
Yeah, so Luke talked to Blackwood, and Blackwood, as a result, is considering lifting Ambrose's sentence of house arrest for attempting to blow up the Vatican.
And he's like not quite taking it away, though. It's more of a, hey, if you work here at the Academy of Unseen Arts and prove that you're cool, then maybe. It's not even a promise. It's like you get to go two places now.
But initially, he's like, I could lift the sentence if you give up your co-conspirators in this plot to blow up the Vatican. And Ambrose doesn't. And Blackwood is like, well, that's awesome. I think you're a great person. Come work for me at the Academy. And so that says to me that Ambrose has the goods on someone probably pretty far up the hierarchy.
I mean, it's got to be Sabrina's parents or Sabrina's dad at least, because weren't they flying to the Vatican when they died?
That's right. Yeah, they were.
So maybe they did something earlier than that with Ambrose, or was it the same instance?
I don't know. Like
I don't know what the timing is, but I'm like, somehow I think it's going to be Sabrina's dad who was involved.
I kind of wondered if it was Blackwood himself.
Well, then why would they even say, would you give up your co-conspirators if they both knew that they were both there?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, that doesn't really make sense either. I'm not sure why it would be someone who's dead.
Yeah, because he could say, like, would you ever say who the other person is? But if they were both there, there's no point of having that conversation.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't know. At first I was like, oh, it's going to be Hilda and Zelda.
Right, yeah.
And so that's why his punishment is staying with them. And they get to feel guilty that they get to run off and do exciting things and he's stuck at home.
I fought to hold the Spellmans to the mark since Edward's death. But we're a fallen family. Half mortal, house arrested, excommunicated. There are times I feel I'm running a halfway house for wayward witches. I'm failing, Father. Failing the Church of Light. Failing you.
I don't know. But I suspect Sabrina's dad is going to be involved somehow. I'm sure we'll find out at some point. I'm sure I'll look up spoilers.
Okay, well.
I won't say anything. So we're good. We're good.
Well, this one thing I enjoyed about the episode is like kind of I felt like the setup was pretty well done. Like it's sort of in a or a relatively natural way, kind of let you know what the timing of everything was. Like Thanksgiving / the Feast of Feast was the previous day. Then there was then it's the next day.
Remember, it's Black Friday?
It most certainly is not.
And then the next day is the funeral, I think. Maybe it's 2 days later. And then the day after that is the resurrection. So that kept it all a little grounded for me in a way that I appreciated.
I really liked this episode. I thought it was fun. I thought it actually, it moved along pretty quickly and it wasn't super annoying. It wasn't one of my favorite episodes, but I honestly, I can't wait to see what happens next. And that's probably about as good as I can get with the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Yeah. I feel like, the episodes that I tend to like best are the ones that are totally off the rails and don't necessarily have a ton to do with the main plot. This wasn't that, but whereas episodes that are more about moving the plot along just sort of focus too much on me on like, wow, the plot really doesn't make a whole lot of sense. But this one I thought kind of split it did a good job of keeping things moving along nicely with some cute stuff and revealing some good, some important plot developments as well. So, and maybe Harvey will die next episode.
One can only hope. I really hope so. I hope he gets eaten by his brother. That would just be like, and then like his dad and his brother can like, I don't know, travel the world, eat some people. I don't care. But it just, it's a 2 birds, 1 stone sort of situation for me. So
win-win.
Yes.
All right. So
this was Sabrina, season 1, episode 8.
Yes. And so I think the next thing we'll do is, I'm going to release another episode of Riverdale.
Oh my God. I completely even forgot all about, no, it's not that I forgot about Riverdale. It's that I blacked out most of what happens in Riverdale because it's the most bonkers thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. And then, do you remember what the next book we're talking about is? I don't either.
It's in our Discord.
Oh yeah.
Also, I love our Discord and I need more people.
Adding another internet thing is tough.
I know, but for me, just getting rid of Facebook just made it I'm on Discord all the time because all of my group chats are there. I don't use Facebook for group chats, and I it's everything's in one place.
I think I refused to delete my MySpace account I refused to join Facebook until I had deleted my MySpace account. Whatever. So anyway, yeah. So we have a Discord. If you want in and you're cool, just get a hold of me. Probably getting in touch with us via the Twitter account, Love YA Pod is the easiest way. Or if you know us in real life, just either one of us can send you a link.
You'll actually see my real face which is a thing.
Delightful.
But beyond that, it's just honestly, we just talk about stupid shit and plan like TV watching and movie watching events and things like what our next book is, which is called A Wizard's Guide to Defensive Baking by T. Kingfisher. It's a 2020 book. It's a standalone, which is, very rare in YA these days. And it's about a 14-year-old who opens up her aunt's bakery in the wee hours of the morning and finds a murdered girl on the bakery floor. And then there's wizards.
It's good. I read it and I liked it a lot. And I think it's a quick read. It's a fun read, but then it also has some stuff that I think we'll have fun talking about.
I can't wait.
Well, very good. So I'm hoping I will get this out by Halloween, but I might not. So depending, either have a spooky Halloween or a horrifying Thanksgiving.
Either one. It's going to be great. And there's got to be candy.
It all works. So we'll talk to you again soon, hopefully. I'm sure. I feel good about it. I think we'll be able to record again soon.
I think so. I think now that we're sort of able to figure out schedules and, my life is a lot less chaotic than it had been. I think we can just sort of make things more regular. And then I'm going to work on building my sofa.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I've got like part of it done. I've got the back and the sides done, and I just need to put on the front piece, then all the slats, and then I'm done.
A good sofa is hard to find.
That's what they say. I'm pretty sure that's the old adage.
All right.
I'll talk to you soon.
So long.
Bye.
Bye. Let me tell you the story, as sad as it's true, of the 17 men of the East Hill Mine crew. They were digging for copper, for telephone wires, when the pit shaft was blocked by a terrible fire. Escape was cut off by the flames and the ash, yet they might have been rescued but for the ship crash. Let me tell you the story, as sad as it's true, of the 48 sailors and the 17 men of the East Hill Mine crew. The SS Kentucky was badly off course to have arrived in the tailing pond instead of the port. She ran aground in the smoke at the top of the mine, which also obscured the rail passenger line. Let me tell you the story, as sad as it's true, of the 94 train passengers, the 48 sailors, and the 17 men of the East Hill Mine crew. Though your train's engineer may be valiant and skilled, if your train hits a steamship, you're bound to be killed. Yet this terrible wreck would have caused much less fuss if the train had avoided that yellow school bus. Let me tell you the story, as sad as it's true, of Miss Mullen's first grade class, the 94 train passengers, the 48 sailors, and the 17 men of the East Hill Mine crew. Those poor tots and their teacher were on a school visit to the East Hill Mine Safety Museum exhibit. Their passing was tragic but mercifully fast. They probably never saw the puppies caught in the blast. Let me tell you the story, as sad as it's true, of the 8 orphan puppies, Miss Mullen's first grade class, the 94 train passengers, the 48 sailors, and the 17 men of the East Hill Mine crew. The dogs had been rescued that day from the pound, and those brave orphan pups to a new life were bound. to a school to be trained as guide dogs for the blind. But their trucks, awful luck, took them past East Hill Mine, and they avoided the mine shaft and the ship and the train wrecks, and they swerved around the burning school bus. When suddenly a jet containing 50 tiny babies and the only sample for the cure for cancer crashed into them in a fiery explosion whose unlikely seismic repercussions triggered a volcanic eruption. Oh. And that was the story, as sad as it's true, of the lava-covered major urban centers of the eastern seaboard. The 50 tiny babies, the lost cure for cancer, the 8 orphan puppies, Miss Mullen's first grade class, the 94 train passengers, the 48 sailors, and the 17 men of the East Hill Mine crew.